Hey everyone, coming to you with a market update year to date up to the end of May. So far this year there have been just over 2,500 sales in HRM, which is actually down 26% from this time last year. These sales have sold for an average of just under $577,000, which is up 26% from this time last year. So what does this mean in real life? That means that almost $119,000 more to buy a house this year compared to this time last year in 2021. And right now we have about 0.88 months of inventory on the market, so just under a month's worth of listing inventory. So what I mean by that is if we as realtors stop listing houses tomorrow, in 0.88 months there would be no houses left on the market for you to look at and purchase. Now before we get into the details of what we're seeing on the ground level, if you like this content and you want to see more, please click the like and subscribe to my channel. I post 2 videos a week on YouTube about the Halifax real estate market and buyer and seller tips. Also, if you want to book a call or a meeting with me anytime, you can do so in my Calendly link below in the description at a time when it's convenient for you. So the tide is definitely shifting in Halifax. It is definitely not as hot as it was, but it's funny because from my perspective, it's still basically a hotter market than we have ever seen here before, except for the last 4 to 6 months. So we can say the market is slowing down all we want, and it is, but the reality is it's $119,000 more today to buy a home on average than it was in 2021. And to put it into perspective, it was about $319,000 average in 2019, and right now it's $577. So it is a massive difference. The market is still exploding here, and we are still in a seller's market, not a buyer's market. Currently, there's less than a month of inventory, and I would expect that we're going to stay in this seller's market for quite some time, but the reality is it is shifting. So here's what we're seeing on the ground level. Listing prices are currently all over the place. Some people are listing low with the ambition of selling high, and some people are listing where they want to be and hoping they get an offer at asking price. So it is very confusing. It's confusing to agents, it's confusing to buyers, and I actually made a whole other video about this, which you can see in the tab here above. Some listings are actually hanging around and not selling right away, and this is something we really haven't seen in the last 2 years since the pandemic. So it is shifting, it is different, but most of these houses are still ending up where we think they're going to end up price-wise, but we're just not seeing those humongous outliers that we were seeing for the last 2 years, and really they're still ending up at a very great sale price for the sellers, but the path of getting there is a little bit different than it was maybe even 4 to 6 weeks ago here in Halifax. To me, and what I've been seeing in my business is that sellers are starting to panic a little bit. They're going to work and they're talking to their friends about, we're not getting the activity on our listing that we thought we were going to get. So maybe they listed at $499.9 and they were expecting to get 20 or 30 showings, and maybe they're only getting 6 or 8 showings and only a couple offers. But then they're going to work and talking to their friends, and their friend is saying, well, we just listed our house and we had 60 showings and 20 offers. But just listed their house means they did it in February, and those two markets are completely different. February versus now is a whole different ball game compared to what we're seeing on the ground level. To be clear, I listed a house last week and we only had a few showings and we had 1 offer. Now, this house did sell where we thought it was going to sell, but the reality is if we listed this in the middle of February, there was probably 50 or 60 showings and 15 offers, but again, it probably still would have ended up relatively in the same price range that it did today. So if you're a seller, it's just important that you have your expectations correct up front, and the path getting there might be a little bit different, and your listing might even hang around for a week or 2 or maybe even a month, but the reality is it's probably still going to sell where you want it to sell, and it's just important to have your expectations correct so that you know what to expect, and the path getting there is a little bit different, but the end result is still very much the same. And now I've said this in previous videos, but if you're a buyer, hang in there. It is obviously still a seller's market and will likely be for quite some time, but the reality is we're seeing a bit of a reprieve right now, and if you keep your foot on the gas, a lot of buyers are giving up or they've been priced out of the market with the interest rate hikes. So if you're looking, keep your foot on the gas, and if you're serious, you will find success soon. That's all I have for now, and we'll keep you posted next month with a middle of the year update, and soon I'm going to do a video of where I think the market is going to end up at the end of the year as well, so kind of a mid-year predictions of what comes next and where the market is going. And if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future content. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.